My question is, how do we find balance with other family members that aren't Catholic to live out our Catholic faith, but not too extreme to where it comes on too strong?
Cade, I tell you, this is such an important question, my friend. And I always, whenever I get asked this question a lot, and I always, I know Matt hates when I do this. So I'm sorry, Matt, but I'm going to do it again if you're listening. But my old friend, Matt Dula, who helped me into the Catholic faith, he sponsored me, in fact, about 150 years ago. But I use him as an example because Matt, to me, was the, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the word, the perfect apostle in this sense. He was a great guy. I think the first thing that really attracted me to Matt Dula is he was a good Marine. He was a good guy. He was to work on time, right?
Yeah, right.
He was a sharp Marine. He was a good guy, a friendly guy, the guy you wanted to just hang out with, have a beer. Well, I didn't drink beer yet. He would help me there too. But seriously, I mean, that to me, a friend must show himself friendly. The first thing we have to be are good people. And that's what I tried to do. Now, I messed up many times when I evangelized my family, Cade. I tried to reach them where they were at. Now, I messed up at times, and each one of my family members were very, very different. My brother Terry and I used to fight. Oh, my gosh, we would go at it. But it was respectful. I mean, we never threw punches very much, No, I'm
very
kidding.
much.
I'm kidding. We got a little intense there. But what I tried to do is minister to everybody where they are. And I think that's the most important thing. Because people have to see that you love them. And there is nothing worse. You ever heard the saying? It was popular when I was Protestant years ago, but there's nothing worse than a half-full Christian trying to overflow. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It just means when somebody just comes on so strong all the time, it often betrays their own lack in their own life, their own insecurity. It comes off as angry, it comes off as disordered and whatnot. But, you look at Jesus and how Jesus approached the Samaritan woman at the well. There's the master. And how does he start? Cade, think about it. What did Jesus do? He came down to the Samaritan woman at the well and he said, "Hello, Samaritan woman at the well. I'm God. How are you? By the way, I'm the second person of the Blessed Trinity, relationally distinct from the Father and the Holy Spirit, but one in essence. And by the way, I've been incarnate. I have two natures, divine, one human, hypostat." No, he didn't say that, Cade. What would the Samaritan woman have said? Huh? What are you talking about, right? What did he do? He said, "Can you get me a drink of water?" And so having a beer with somebody, just being with them and listening. James, I believe it's chapter 2, where St. James says we are to be slow to speak, swift to hear. Don't you love that, Psych Elliott?
Yes, I do.
Slow to speak. Everybody listening to me right now, be slow to speak, especially when controversial things are happening. Right, Si?
Yeah.
I won't go any further than that. Be slow to speak and quick to hear. But Cade, that's to me the first thing that attracted me to Matt Dula. And then when we had the discussions, we could get into some heavy duty stuff and disagree, and passionately so. But there was a friendship there. A friendship had developed, and so we could take a few punches here, and I'm speaking metaphorically, because there was that foundation. So, Cade, that's what you got to do. You build that foundation just by loving people, and then, eventually and often the gospel is offensive, and sometimes people are going to reject us because they reject the gospel, and you can be the most perfect apostle and still get crucified. I think that's what happened to Jesus, Si. They crucified him, all right? But here's our goal, Cade. If somebody's going to be offended, it should be because of the gospel, not because of us.